Behold, 9,161 gold heads, 35 unsummoned commanders, 185 million power, 1,600 legendary mats, 10 years of speed ups. The account that makes the hoarding of Fruitdealer look amateur. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. 1 year and 11 months ago, I quit Rise of Kingdoms for the third time. At that moment, I was certain, after retiring twice before, I believed I would never return. But after 2 years of traveling, moving across the world, and enjoying life, I remembered my lost and forgotten account. And what comes next is the beginning of a journey we will take together. A brand new series for the Rise of Kingdoms content scene. One of total originality, but also one where I will risk everything to meet a personal goal. Without further ado, I present to you But before we go any further, we need to understand the past. I downloaded Rise of Kingdoms, never expecting to be so hooked. After many failed jumper accounts, I found satisfaction with my soon-to-be main account. It stayed in 1694, 2371, and 1235 before I eventually retired. That was the account where I fell in love with cavalry. From day one, I maxed Minamoto, YSG, 551, Saladin, Max Can. Cavalry was my life. And then came Attila and Takeda, which I maxed immediately. I was all in on rallies, ignoring upgrading open field marches because, well, who needs them when you have more cavalry commanders? Looking back, that was a mistake, but it was fun. Then Nevsky and William released, and I insta-maxed them. Bert and Jadwiga were maxed, but after those commanders, Boudica dropped, and I was in 1235, facing an Imperium KVK. I knew I had to max her. Since rallying was off the table, I focused on open field combat. I built a lethal 5-march setup, gained a ton of KP, but realized something was missing. I needed more commanders, a broader range of troops, and the latest meta. But instead of embracing the challenge to expand my commanders, I felt empty. Something changed. I changed. I was finishing university, preparing to move to London, and more importantly, I was burnt out. After 2 grueling KVKs, one with 50 million kills, and another in the Imperium 1235, I knew it was time to quit for good. It was hard to say goodbye, but it was the right decision. The next 2 years flew by. I finished my undergrad, moved to London, and most importantly, I didn't have to stream 60-hour Marauder grinds anymore. But deep down, I missed my cavalry. I missed KVKs, and most importantly, I missed making content for you guys. After the past month of debating, I re-downloaded Rise of Kingdoms. I found my old main account, a beast of account to be fair though, a bit boring. Sure, it had insane equipment, sexy new commanders, and an expertise burst, but would it be fun? Would it be new? This was when I thought to myself on what kind of content I wanted to do. What story I want to not only share with you all, but have your input along the journey. That was when I popped into Pluto Gaming, streaming Farmers or Fighters with TSN Lambo as a special guest. This is a YouTube series where Pluto and a guest would determine if accounts that were submitted to them were farmers or fighters. While watching my 2 Rise of Kingdom content creator goats, I remembered my totally hidden account. This account would not only breathe new, fresh air into the rock community, but it also is the most unique account throughout the game. This was where I thought of this brand new Rise of Kingdoms content idea. And finally, with this backstory complete, with the stage set, I could finally present the account that would make the hoarding of Fruitdealer look amateur. This 185 million power account has been hoarding for the past 7 years, barely touched, stacked beyond belief. Over 9,100 gold heads, plus 350 more unclaimed and 35 commander summons. Enough to max 14 new commanders instantly, 11.5 million T5 troops, and 10 years of speed-ups, ready to field 7 meta marches. An insane amount of resources in its bag, and a plethora of farm accounts. This account, in my hands, will be somewhat unstoppable in KVKs, but with its strengths, it has massive flaws. Only 2 full infantry sets, both having leadership pieces, which is a big no-no. 1 nearly complete cav set, few Season of Conquest accessories, only enough for 3 marches, below average armaments, which will need serious work, and most importantly, 2.3 billion kill points and 15 million deaths, a concern for being recruited to potential kingdoms. But this isn't a doomed account by any means. We have 1600 legendary mats, plenty of potential. The only issue, blueprints. But hey, that's what maxing egg and dig events is for. But let's talk about the real question. How am I spending nearly 10,000 gold heads? Right now, the account has some good commanders, good starting points. For cavalry, we have an expertise Arthur Nevsky and a 5552 William. For infantry, we have an expertise Guan, Alex, and Louis Che. And finally, for archers, we have an expertise Nebu and YSG. But the most interesting is Ragnar. Oh, wait, not that Ragnar. This Ragnar. Yeah, this is totally not my fault. I then thought about what kind of setup I would like to run, and I quickly decided a 3-2-2 setup, 3 calves, 2 archers, and 2 infantry. Yes, I still love my ponies, but this is actually a good setup for my account that already has really good infantry sets, good infantry commanders, strong cavalry, new commanders, and a bit of a archer lack. So it's going to be easy for me to get back into the game and set up 7 meta marches. But which marches would fit into this formula? This was when I wanted to flex my nearly 10,000 gold heads. So I did what any reasonable person would do in my situation. I asked Chisgul, which turned out to him having some thoughts.
Grayworm, Chis, I have 9.2k gold heads and 1,500 legendary mats. Any recommendations? I would recommend you start telling the truth. Because at some point, lying is going to catch up with you. Keck, wait, no, I have. All right, Grayworm. All right. I'll coach you. But you need to go to my Discord server, discord.gg/Chisgul, and you need to put a picture of the materials and the gold heads, and I will coach you right now. 9,200 was a bit of an overreach. Oh! Wait! Pictures in? Hold up. Wait. Chat, I think it's real. We're going to coach Grayworm. All right. So here's where we landed. He wants to rally garrison. He's going to run 7 marches and expressed interest in 3 cav, 2 archer, 2 infantry. He's already got Nebu, Nevsky, Guan, Alex, Leo, and Esong. My recommended lineup was 2 cav, 2 arch, 2 inf, 1 leadership, but he still prefers 3 cav, 2 arch, 2 inf, which is totally fine. For infantry, we landed on Liu, Alex, Arch. For archers, option 1, if he wants to use the circle formation for field as well as garrisoning, CY Hera, you go Zuge, Shajar, Circle, Ash, Herman, Wedge. But if he is going to commit to an 8th set of armaments and bench his best set, Zuge, Herman, Wedge, Ash, Neb, or Esong with Wedge. And then Cavs, we landed on Arthur Phillip combo, Huo and William, since he's already got the William nearly maxed with Wedge. See how he likes it. If he doesn't like the William, go with Belly. And then Nevsky Joan Wedge.
Then I decided, why not ask more of the Rise of Kingdoms community? So I first went to ask Ritz, a very good friend of mine, and a 1606 leader, and he would end up suggesting Hal Arthur, Nevsky William, Joan Bally, Luce Alex, Ragnar Scipio, Zial Philip, and Ash Herman. Then I asked Jake from Cav Stable Discord, link in the description by the way. He would suggest a very similar set of commanders, but he would suggest two. The first being Hal Arthur, Nevsky William, Joan Bally, Zuj Herman, Ash YSG, Guan Scipio, and Luce Alex. Or if I wanted to expertise Philip, Hal Arthur, Nevsky William, Joe Bally, Zuj Herman, Ash YSG, or Philip Louis, or vice versa, and finally Ragnar Prime and Scipio Prime. Then I would go to one of my content creator goats, Plato Gaming, and the absolute ghost suggested Arthur Philip, Hal Bally Prime, Nevsky Joan, Zuj Herman, Ash YSG, Ragnar Prime with Scipio, and Wallace with Luce. Then finally, I asked Chadsky, who suggested to watch his Field March video to find the best for myself. So I chose his 7 March option 1 3 cav 2 infantry 2 archer setup, which would be Arthur Philip, Hal Joan, Nevsky Bally, Ragnar Prime with Prime Scipio, Wallace with Luce, Herman with YSG, and finally Zuj with Ash as his recommendation. And now, after all that, I still have no idea. So, this is where I need the help of you guys, my loyal subscribers. What do you think? Comment below. Who should I max? What is the best 7 March setup? Should I just keep saving for 20,000 heads? Yeah, no. But lastly, here's the twist. You know how I mentioned that I would risk everything in this series? That I find regular Rise of Kingdoms content boring. Well, this isn't just another Rise of Kingdoms account series where I would just show you my upgrades, my speed ups, and KVK results. Where's the risk? Where's the thrill? Where's the content? So, in this case, I'm giving myself 1 year. In that time, I will submit this account to Plato Gaming's Farmer or Fighter series, the same series that brought me back to this game. And if Plato, Redline, and Lambo call my account a farmer, I will delete everything, every troop, every piece of equipment, every armament, gone. I'm not here to blend in. I came back to entertain, and I will set myself up with more challenges before every KVK. I will jeopardize my own account with the punishments. All of this for your entertainment. So if you want to see how this plays out, subscribe, like, and comment down below. Thank you all.